So it's time for this month's book special, and in it I'm going to share with you my favourite covers from my Stephen King collection that's sitting right behind me. Let's go. Hi everyone, I'm Dave Musson at Dave Musson on Instagram, and this is a place where I talk to you about all things Stephen King. Do subscribe if you haven't already, check out some other videos. You'll find 19 reasons to read every single one of his books and 19 reasons to watch a bunch of his movies. We've just hit the end of the 1980s, so there's lots of content for you to watch. There's lots of specials as well, and this is one of my book specials. Now I wanted to do something a bit light-hearted for the summer, and I wanted to do something that showed off some of my favourite covers in my collection. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to count down, of course, my 19 favourite covers of Stephen King books that I actually own. So that's what I'm going to do. I mean, not much more to explain than that. Some plugging for you. You can get my book, The Ultimate Stephen King Quiz Book, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. You can sign up to my newsletter, you can listen to the Content Writers podcast, and you can find me on Letterboxd as well. Everything you need to know is in the description below. Okay, so some housekeeping on this countdown ranking for you. Yes, it's going to be spoiler free. I'm not going to talk about the books themselves. I'm literally just going to show you the covers and basically do variations of, ooh, this is nice, ah, I like this. I'm also making it slightly more challenging for myself by only picking one from like clusters, groups, series of books. So my favourite ones, like the Halloween editions, the Rainbow Hodder ones, if I pick any from there, I'm only picking one, just to make it a little bit more of a challenge, okay? And that's about it. Of course, I'm doing 19 of them, so here are my favourite 19 covers from my Stephen King collection. Let me know what you think of them. So at 19, I am a sucker for some nice typography, so Bazaar of Bad Dreams, with a lovely little rainbow colour behind it, that's hooked me in from the first time I saw it. I know it's really basic, but I just really like it. And this is my list, so what are you going to do? At 18, Danse Macabre. Now again, typeface, strong. The little devil's tail on Stephen King as well. But also the spooky picture of Stephen King's face. I mean, come on. And look at that purple. It's just great. Like, yes please. At 17, The Talisman. A book I do not like, and yet this cover just does something for me. I mean, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Metallica's logo here. But yeah, I like the colours, I like the design, I like the font, I like this cover. I don't like the book. But anyway, let me know in particular, which is your kind of biggest discrepancy? Like least favourite book versus most favourite cover. What in your head is a bad book with a good cover from Stephen King's world? For me, it's this. But let me know yours. So at 16, it's Misery. Now this cover is great with Annie and the Axe and Paul looking a bit unhappy, but also you get the bonus of Misery's return with sexy Stephen King in there. Double bubble, baby. Now at 15, it's The Gunslinger. In particular, this UK painted edition of The Gunslinger that I just love. Look how evocative it is. I mean, you'd have that, without this bit, you'd have that as a print on your wall, wouldn't you? It's a beautiful painting, and it sort of sets the world of the tower up wonderfully. If you want more tower stuff, check out my ultimate guide to the Dark Tower, by the way. My best performing video, so I might as well plug it. At 14, Thinner. Simple, but so effective. I mean, actually, as I look at it, I mean, the handprint doesn't really tell much about getting thin, but whatever, it's effective, okay, I like it. At 13, The Dead Zone. You bet your ass my favourite book was going to make it in here. Yeah, again, it's just one that I find really effective. I think it's the lettering, really. The lettering and this sort of mysteriousness going on here. But yeah, I just like it a lot. But it's my favourite book, so that won't be a surprise to you. So at 12, this edition of The Eyes of the Dragon, which I found in my local secondhand bookshop, and I was so excited to find. Now, the design is exceptional, but I'll try and catch the light. I don't know if you can see. This book actually has scales. Yeah, it's got scales on it, on the cover, like a dragon. So at 11, The Dark Tower, from this particular set of US editions that, I don't know if you can see it all there, but together they make an entire picture. I have no idea if you can see this, so I might just be waving to half a picture. But basically there's 8 books and they make one big picture together. And I've probably posted it on my Instagram at some point, so do go and check that out. But yeah, really great illustrations and a different Dark Tower series to the other one I mentioned. So I'm not breaking my own rules, okay? At 10, this particular edition of Night Shift. Now this one, you're thinking, I mean, that's interesting. There's eyes and stuff, but hold on. What the? Whoa. At 9, Duma Key. This particular edition that wraps around into a wonderful picture. I mean, it's great. Stephen King's letters are in the water, everyone. So good. The detail, the house, the thunder, the waves, the fucking weird stuff. Yeah, spot on. At 8, my choice from the Halloween Hodders, it's the Cell one. I mean, it's just so explosive and so pink. It's great, right? At 7, another wonderful painting that sits all the way around the book. This edition of Needful Things that just gives you a little bit of Castle Rock, but look at that. It's just so evocative. And I like this, the last Castle Rock story. I mean, it wasn't, but there we go. You've got the shadow of Leland Gaunt. You've got the shit in the window. You've got this little main town. Like, oh, it's just sucks you in. At 6, Joyland. Now, the hard case crime ones are all exceptional. I counted them as a series as well. So my pick from hard case crime is Joyland. I mean, it's just wonderful. Pulpy as heck and great. At 5, this version of Christine. I mean, look at it. It's got a skull and a car and I mean, I don't even, just look at it. It's great. I don't need to talk, right? There you go. At 4, Cujo. Grrr. I mean, there's so many good Cujo covers out there, but this one, the snarling, the drooling, the teeth, the scariness. Yeah. At 3, this version of Different Seasons. The font is iconic. The yellow is wonderful. I want the same version of this in blue, green, and red as well. I will track them down Sunday. But yeah, Different Seasons, man. Love it. At 2, it's this version of it. Mainly so I can go like this and kind of put the smile in front of my face. But this was doing big numbers on Instagram a few years ago, and I really, really like it. Mainly for that. But yeah, I just like the face, and I mean, look how fucking chunky it is. Yeah, it's it. And last, but of course not least, because it's my favourite, number 1, of course, is this Pet Sematary cover. I mean, look at it. Look at it. And just on the back, the most frightening book Stephen King has ever written. Pretty accurate, actually. So yeah, that's my winner, Pet Sematary. Okay, there we go. Those are my favourite covers from my collection. Let me know what you think. If you've seen any others on my channel that you like, that you prefer, let me know about those as well. And hey, come and send me pictures of your favourite covers from your collection over on Instagram, where I'm at Dave Musson. Other things you can do: pick up the quiz book, listen to Constant Writers podcast, subscribe to the newsletter, hit me up on Letterboxd. All of those things would be really great. Next time, because my brain will not allow me to make the final episode of the month, the first episode of a new decade, basically I'm doing another book special for you. So strap in for that, because we are going to be forging our way through an alternate reality. And I'm not talking about Dark Tower stuff. Just, how should I put it? A sliding doors moment that is interesting to have a think about further. So I will see you for that.